Okay, China is a country that is leading the world. That is for sure. So China is the way the American president, the way he is behaving the world, daily basis he is bringing a surprise to the world. Daily basis. Sometimes he is owning this country, he is owning that. He's talking about owning a country immediately. The way he is doing now full responsibility because a powerful country, the what is the feature of a powerful country? The feature of a powerful country is it is very stable, very stable. People would not see any sharp change between 6 months and 1 year. Whatever is the procedure it is following, it will keep on following that procedure. That is a name of a developed country or a most powerful country. Till Joe Biden government in United States, there was no surprise that was coming from United States. Everything was going very smooth in that way but now China is more stable than United States. Size is more or less same than United States, and then the productivity wise China is far ahead of United States in export wise everything. Now one question that is arising is China is really very good in front of the world. If China is really good in terms of its border dispute, China has a border dispute. The people generally they ask if China really has a border dispute. Means like United States does not have more or less a border dispute. United States it has. That's why it was the most advanced country. The Canada that is meeting the around 6,000 kilometer, I believe that is the border between Canada and America, and that is considered as the very peaceful border, and Canada as the nearest to the America. Similarly, Mexico America border, very peaceful border. There was some case of infiltration, but as far as governments are concerned, Mexico government and American government they were like brothers always. There was a free trade treaty between Canada, America, and Mexico also. Means that was that homogeneous environment that America had made with its created with its neighborhood, and America was considered as an extremely peaceful country, even though America is opposite side of the earth in the sense that most land part of the earth is with Asia and then Europe and Africa most part. Then America is exactly other side of the earth. Still, people around the globe they were dreaming to go to the America because there is no major sign of kind of terrorist activity in the America. Okay, the question is arising if China is becoming the superpower in the world right now. If China is similar to the America, means America, China also have a friendship relationship with all along. That is not true. China has border dispute with all along. China is not as United States. China has complete border dispute with all along. Border dispute with Kyrgyzstan, more or less, I believe 2009 10 time period that dispute is over. Otherwise, it had dispute with the Kyrgyzstan. China had dispute with the Tajikistan, that is the Pamir range that we talked. China has big dispute with India, very big dispute, land dispute with the India. China has land dispute with the Nepal. China had land dispute with the Bhutan. China has land dispute with Vietnam. China has land dispute with Taiwan. China has land dispute with the Japan, and more or less in a Cold War manner, China has land dispute with Russia also. In the Manchurian region, China has land dispute with the Russia also. Okay, what are these land disputes? We will go through kind of not very thoroughly, but we will go through in a kind of a cursory way that what is the Chinese land dispute with its neighbor. Okay, if that is the scenario, okay, if that is the scenario, then what are the list of land disputes that China has with its neighborhood? Okay, in that way, the land dispute of the China with its neighborhood is China, Bhutan, that is Doklaham or There are three land disputes between China and Bhutan. Doklaham, Pasamlung, and Jakarlung. There are three land disputes of the China with Bhutan. There is a land dispute of Nepal and China that is called Kalapani area. Kalapani area that is western side of Nepal, western north. This is what I think so. Kalapani area. That is a land dispute between China and Nepal. There is a land dispute between China and Japan that is called Senkou or Diao Island of Japan. There is a country called Taiwan, and from the Taiwan that we will see. There is a China-Vietnam land dispute in the Parcel Islands called Zisa Island in Chinese. This is there also. Then China has land dispute that is with Kyrgyzstan that they call it, it is resolved. Then China has land dispute with Taiwan that everyone knows. Then China had land dispute with the India. And this land dispute with India, it is mostly into the two parts. One part is Aksai Chin region, where China claims that Ladakh is part of China. So it started capturing from the Aksai Chin region that was Haji Langar earlier. And then it is trying to come to Ladakh. The idea is that China should should take over Ladakh. This is from Chinese perspective because China considers that Ladakh is part of China. Okay, and then China claims that Arunachal Pradesh it is part of China. China claims that Sikkim is also a disputed area. It is not part of India, more or less. This is the Chinese condition as far as China as a superpower is concerned. China has disputed area as Manchuria. Manchuria used to be a sovereign country earlier, but it was captured part by Russia and part by China. But after some time, Russia it went forward and it occupied some region of the Manchuria that was earlier occupied by China. So there is a dispute over there. What is dispute is that Manchuria is a separate country. Now it is acquired by Russia and China. Now fight is going on that the region that China had occupied in that region, Russia had moved forward. But altogether, Manchuria itself is a different country. It is not part of China. But anyway, if they both are looting the Manchuria, then there is a dispute that Russia is looting more. So there is a dispute of the China with the Russia also. Okay, what is the dispute of the China with the Kyrgyzstan? Kyrgyzstan is a country which became independent in 1992, which became a country in 1992 post the disintegration of Soviet Union. When Soviet Union became disintegrated, then when Soviet Union became disintegrated, then this Kyrgyzstan country came into the picture. When Soviet Union was there, then there was no much dispute between China and Soviet Union because Soviet Union was powerful country. When Kyrgyzstan came into the picture, then China started fighting that some region, they called it Aksai region. Aksai Chin is a region in Jammu and Kashmir. I believe it is 38,000 square kilometer. 38,000 square kilometer. That land is taken by China in 1962 war. China had taken this land long back only. 1962 war, it came to as a paper stamp that went from China. Anyway, now Kyrgyzstan, Aksai region of Kyrgyzstan, the Aksai region of Kyrgyzstan, that means China called that as Aksai region. That part belongs to China. China always fought for it. And there was a committee that was formed with the Kyrgyzstan and China as far as the land dispute is concerned. Now, in that area, the committee started discussion in 1996 period only. In 1999 period, there was a progress in the discussion, and in 2009 period, discussion started in 1996 and resolved. Then finally, in 2009 period, the discussion was resolved. How much is the China and Kyrgyzstan border is? China-Kyrgyzstan border is around 1,000 kilometers. Along the 1,000 kilometers, there are disputed land between China and Kyrgyzstan. What is this disputed land? Before we proceed upon this, the country that is actual the country is Uyghur country or Kashi country. Kashi country is an old country that is north to Karakoram range or north to Jammu and Kashmir. That is Kashi Kashgar. And Kashi Kashgar is a kind of the people, the inhabitant of Kashi Kashgar region people. They are more or less they are kind of whatever the border between China and kind of Kyrgyzstan was there. Those people were there inside that also. That's why China was claiming that it is part of China because it was part of King dynasty. But main is that the Uyghur people are there also. Similarly, Uyghur people are found in the Pamir range also. In that sense, China is claiming it is part of China or part of King. It was part of King dynasty. Okay, the Tibetan people they are available till Ladakh. So China claims Ladakh is part of Tibet, part of China, because Tibetan people are there. Tibet itself is not part of China. Then how Ladakh will be part of China when it is part of when Tibetan people are there? Similarly, Tibetan people can be seen in Kalapani area of Nepal. Tibetan people can be seen in the Sikkim region. Tibetan people can be seen in Arunachal Pradesh region. And since they are Tibetan, China starts shouting that it is part of China. It is part of China. Tibetan people live there, and that also does not mean that it is part of Tibet. There are many regions in the border area where one part people they live on other side also. It doesn't mean that that area belong to that country. Okay, so that is not true. One example I can give, like in Bihar, Bihar and Jharkhand become different state, but many Bihari villages can be seen alongside the border, like Palamu, Hazaribagh, or Devghar region that Bihari origin people they have villages. Okay, okay. So can someone claim that these are part of Bihar? Generally, people see the geographical region of that region and who are the maximum in that region. That's how they divide it. But China is a country wherever it sees its people are there, it will start claiming it is my land, my land, my land. Anyway, China and Kyrgyzstan, they came to solving it in 2009, and in that sense, the China received Ujengi Kushingian, Kush region, Ujangi Kush region. There is a region called Ujangi Kush. That region that China acquired. And then Kyrgyzstan got the Khan Tegri Peak and the Victory Peak. Khan Tegri Peak and Victory Peak, they are the maximum highest peak on the Tian Shan range of mountain that is considered as the northern Himalaya or extended Himalaya. So in northern Himalaya and extended Himalaya, the Victory Peak or the Khan Tengri Peak, this peak was acquired by Kyrgyzstan. It retained it, I would say rather, and then then Ujengi Kush region, Ujengi Kush region of the Kyrgyzstan, it went to China. Anyway, we will discuss more into these dispute and what is the present condition that we will talk on.